Clean his cap up on our own.
Okay, the Corps' contract, what we came here today for the Corps was, we have a contractor in the area that we wanted to bring in.
Close to the mic, please.
Yeah, just put it closer to your mouth, basically.
We have a contractor in the area that we wanted to bring in so that we could scope out what work he has to do. Looking at pictures and everything doesn't tell you the whole thing. So we know that you guys are doing a good job of starting the cleanup, but we know that the weather could change on us and force our hand and start flooding earlier. So we think there's a time frame. We're not going to be here before the 22nd. We still have to deal with the contractor and get him on site after we try and figure out where we would be at. Obviously, the camp people are cleaning up. We appreciate that. The Standing Rock tribe is in cleaning up. We appreciate that. The state is talking about coming down and helping clean up the camps. We truly appreciate that. So in order for us to write a contract, and it's part of our problem to write the contract, we have to try and be as close as we can to what is necessary on the ground to perform the work. We do best in open areas. In other words, the general said, moved out, have all your personal belongings gone, have all the cultural significant items gone. That's what we're looking for, because when we come in, typically it's heavy equipment people. We're trying to get something done and to get something done quickly. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're just trying to get a...
Is that a euphemism for bulldozing structures on the 22nd?
Which one do you guys work for the Army Corps of Engineers?
Both of us work for the Army Corps of Engineers. Myself and Eric.
And what about the other kids? Are they now?
My question being from the Office of the Governor, with regards to the fact that ignoring a order for mandatory evacuation, which was issued yesterday by the Governor, an executive order for mandatory evacuation, ignoring that order is an infraction under the law, an infraction not being punishable by jail time, and so therefore the enforcement of that executive order basically means that the power that they have is to issue tickets to the individuals who ignore that order and not subject to jail time. So does that mean that that the Governor's Office and law enforcement in general is not going to attempt to manufacture a law enforcement situation whereby they can come and arrest people for crimes that they're not committing? The ignoring of the order is only an infraction under state law, and so consequently, where does that give the law enforcement any leeway to create crimes where they don't exist?
No, you're correct as far as state law. If I understand it right, though, the Corps is also a trespass notice from the Army Corps of Engineers would result in arrest and fine and removal from the property.
That trespass order has not been issued, has it?
I don't have a trespass notice on my yard.
After the 22nd,
The Corps under
So after the 22nd,
can issue
until the 22nd.
So there's no jail
Okay, it's clarified.
we can issue citations, we can issue tickets, and it could be up to 6 months of jail time under that title. But all we can do as Army Corps Rangers is issue citations.
So is it
All right,
federal
we
or
can't
state
take anyone in, and
So why didn't you try to make you look like a fool?
I said we can't take anyone in and take them to prison in the Army Corps. All we can do is issue citations, and with those citations, it'll tell you there's a fine up to $5,000 and there's up to 6 months imprisonment. But we, as the Army Corps, cannot take anyone in to jail.
So will you have other departments helping you to do that?
The plan right now is, as Eric said earlier, we want to get our experts on the ground to do an assessment so that we know what the scope of the cleanup is and where we can assist. Your question is,
Are you going to use other departments to help you assist in giving others or anyone who refuses to leave prison time? Since you're not going to do it.
right, we're not going to do it.
But are you going to ask for help from other departments?
Will you let Morton County Sheriff on this land right here?
we will be giving those citations out.
So Morton County Sheriff's Department will not be there.
The answer to that question is yes.
Is the governor's office willing to comment on the proposed law to ban the use of gas masks?
The Army Corps of Engineers, after the 22nd, has the authority to request assistance to remove people for trespassing. That is the authority. You're correct as it relates to state statute, but what would be responded to is a request from the Army Corps as it relates to Army Corps land.
And we deny the request.
Are you representing not Rosebud and
Yes, myself and Aaron.
Stone, right? I have a statement for you. You're with the Army, right? Part of the U.S. military, right?
Sir.
We have Northern Cheyenne assets on this land. I'm one of them. First off, forgive me, relatives, for speaking, but under the 1865 Cheyenne-Arapaho Treaty, no U.S. military force can be used against Northern Cheyenne in a peaceful manner. If you use any kind of force, even deputized officers, I will have no choice but to go directly to the international community, including the Russian embassy. And if you think for a second I can't go to the top of that hill and call Sergei right now, try me. We're working with you, we're trying our best. Give us the time that we asked for, and we'll do our part. We're asking you to do yours.
Yeah, right. And again,